Are you feeling exhausted, burnt out, or overwhelmed on your fertility journey? Do you feel like there is way more to your success than the tired, worn out idea that your fertility is only about your physical body and hormones? Well, beautiful mama, you're in the right place. Welcome to Fertile Frequencies Radio, the radio show created for you to empower you on your fertility journey and finally give you a baby. Join me, Lindsay Goodwin, natural reproductive medicine and energetic spiritual fertility expert, as we clear away the doubts, reframe the struggles into fertile wins, and turn what-ifs into big celebrations. Together, we'll unlock the tools to manifest your healthy pregnancy and baby. Fertile Frequencies Radio, your infinite fertile possibilities begins now. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Fertile Frequencies. I am so excited that you are here. I feel like I say that every single time. But listen, beautiful, I have to tell you, I am so excited. I really am about that you tune in to Fertile Frequencies and that you listen to the guidance and the energy that I'm channeling, and also my expertise in reproductive medicine and fertility for nearly 2 decades, that you are here in this space that is for you. And if you are someone that is maybe beginning or you're deeply immersed in your fertility journey, I'm here for you. And today we are going to be talking about something that is truly a sacred practice. And anyone that's been listening to me for a while or knows me as a client of mine, or maybe you are new to this, I am a born intuitive medium and also a spirit baby medium. And so as a born intuitive medium, which means that I have always been extremely intuitive, I will do more episodes talking more in detail about that. I also have an additional podcast that is not fertility focused that I just started, which is Intuitive Mind Lab Radio. And that also is on iTunes as well as Spotify. But here I'm going to talk about spirit babies because I'm a spirit baby medium. And really what that means is that being a born intuitive medium, I have the ability to get messages from the universe, also messages from the babies, which actually started very early on in my career as an acupuncturist, specializing in reproductive medicine and pregnancy, that I was getting babies messages either before that actually came into the physical womb space, so in the mom's aura, or I was also getting messages when they were actually, the moms were actually pregnant for them. So that's kind of where it started with the spirit baby journey. And then I really started having vivid dreams where I just was told that you need to stop messing around and you need to do your work as a spirit baby medium. So I went on and received a whole ton of training with a mentor of mine. Her name is Kelly Meehan. I was just recently on her podcast, Spirit Baby Radio, talking about my journey, and she is absolutely incredible. So anyway, just to kind of give you a little of a backstory, if you are new to my channel, just giving you an idea of really what a spirit baby medium is, and it's essentially communicating with the unborn soul. So this would be your future child. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about this in this episode today, but just giving you a little bit of information at the very beginning of the episode today. So together, we're going to go on a gentle, guided path towards love, fertility, manifestation, and absolutely a whole ton of hope, even though I'm not a huge fan of that word because I find it to be a little bit limiting. That is my personal opinion. I feel that it's more about knowing something is working out for you rather than just being hopeful that it works out for you. You know that this is happening for you. I don't need hope. I know that this is happening for me. And really in manifestation, it is about knowing that something is happening for you, but letting go of the outcome. And I do know of working in fertility for nearly 2 decades that it is not always easy to remember that when you've had letdown after letdown after letdown. But remembering that your fertility journey is a bigger part of the overall journey and really giving you the opportunity to discover who you truly are. And everyone's journey is unique and different. And I do talk a lot about science and the impact of the mind-body connection, how that really does impact our hormones and how our body is functioning and being ready for pregnancy. And so it is very important that we incorporate that as well. But I don't want to digress too much because we are talking about spirit babies and spirit baby altars today. And my episodes can tend to be a little bit on the long side because I do like to talk. So I want to make sure that I stay on topic with you today so you can get all of this wonderful, valuable information, and we will have lots more wonderful episodes. So first off, I want to talk a little bit about a spirit baby and how you can connect with yours. So let's discuss the concept of a spirit baby, which is your future child that I stated earlier. And we're going to emphasize the role of the soul, your spirit baby's soul, that is waiting to incarnate. So one thing I have to say to you that's very interesting that a lot of people ask me, well, a spirit baby's soul, what does that mean? Well, like I stated, it's a soul that is getting ready to incarnate into the physical reality. So all of us are energy. We're energy now. We never not our energy, okay? Your soul is actually outside of you. So your body is inside of your soul. So to truly get a big picture of how massive you are as an energy is thinking about, my soul is not trapped inside of this body. Oh, no, 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 no. My soul is all over. It's everywhere because it's energy. And so essentially that's what a spirit baby is as well. It just doesn't have a physical body. And you didn't either before you chose to incarnate into the lifetime that you're in now. So we all are spirit babies at the beginning over and over and over again, to be completely honest with you, that this is something that everyone has done more than once. I mean, I will say that I do think with the New Earth children, which is actually a term that Kelly Meehan that I mentioned earlier, that is her term, but we're going to use it. But I stated her, so she's getting credit here. The New Earth children are, I don't know if I truly believe that they have lived all these lifetimes. So a lot of the kids that are coming in now, I'm just going to call them kids. I kind of jump back and forth. I'll say spirit baby, I'll say kids, I'll say rainbow kids, indigo kids, that they haven't had quite the in-depth trauma that maybe the souls that are on this plane at the moment, like you and I, for example, have had. So they might actually be newer souls, maybe newer to the earth. There are a lot of other existences that you can incarnate into. I don't want to get into that too much because I can really go down the rabbit hole with that. But the human experience is not the only experience that you can choose. We'll just leave it there. So I want to talk about a few things to keep in mind with spirit babies. Spirit babies often communicate through feelings, dreams, and signs. We are going to talk about what exactly, like some of the specifics of those, okay? I also encourage you to always be trusting your intuition. I can't stress that enough. No matter what it is that you are trying to manifest into your life, whether it be better health, a partner. In this case, you're listening to Fertile Frequencies Radio, so you're probably someone that's looking to get pregnant. Maybe you are someone that's looking to balance your hormones, or you don't want to get pregnant right now, but you're interested. It doesn't really matter what it is that you want to manifest into your life. You have to trust your intuition because your intuition is your GPS that gives you the opportunity gives you the clues on what direction to take. So if we're not listening to our intuition, it's kind of like you're just like kind of frailing all over the place. And this is where people really get in trouble and they get very confused. So always trust your intuition. Some common ways that spirit babies will send messages to you and communicate include. Now, I must state here that these are just some examples. This does not mean that these are the only ways that they communicate, okay? And I usually state this at the beginning, but medical disclaimer here that we are having a discussion on a podcast. I am not your medical provider. I am not your therapist. You are listening to a podcast is for educational purposes only. Please do not take any of this as medical advice or stop any medical treatments that you could possibly be doing. Okay, great. So first way is through dreams. Spirit babies may appear in dreams with very vivid clarity. They bring messages of peace, knowing that they're manifesting, or even guidance for the next steps. These dreams often feel so deeply emotional and symbolic. You will know, I have so many clients over the years, have had so many clients over the years. I have some current ones right now too. That's why I said that have had very vivid dreams of water. For some reason, water is a dream that I see a pattern of just before someone gets pregnant, or they might already be pregnant and not realize that they are. Now, water is the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is the feminine energy. Now, I'm a subconscious mind mindset reprogramming therapist, so I know a lot about the subconscious mind, and it has a lot to do with my method and how I help with people on fertility journey. And so the subconscious mind is that creative energy. It's funny because I was just listening to Bruce Lipton talk today. If you're familiar with Bruce Lipton, he was saying that the conscious mind is the creative energy, which I don't know if I fully agree with that, but everything is perspective. You know, everyone has a perspective. Very amazing guy. Love his work. It was just interesting. I just had never really thought about it from that perspective because I always have felt that the subconscious mind is the feminine energy, which is the creative energy. So, but he is a scientist, so maybe he is seeing something from a different perspective that I don't quite maybe see yet. So, but we always should be open. I'm not going to say should. I take that back because I feel like I shouldn't ever tell anybody what to do. But I feel that it's appropriate for us to, as much as we can, to be open-minded to other perspectives because there really is no right or wrong way for anything. So, synchronicities. You might notice reoccurring numbers, numerology, angel numbers, symbols or themes with special meanings, such as butterflies. Oh my gosh, butterflies are a huge message, as well as birds. Rainbows or particular songs. Okay, song might be coming on consistently. These moments of synchronicity are gentle nudges from the spirit babies. Spirit is always communicating with us. It's just about, are we open to it? And a lot of times we don't even know what to look for. So when you start asking bigger questions, you stumble across podcasts like mine, or you find a book, or you meet someone that possibly is interested in spirit babies or interested in more of the energy side perspectives of your experience and really opening yourself up. We're not taught these things as society. So you have to start asking the universe to answer these questions that you have. You have to actually start asking the questions. And then that's when the opportunities will start coming in to learn how to connect, to learn more about these other opportunities to be able to have a different sort of experience than everything is just linear and in front of you, like how society teaches you. Another way is through physical sensation. Some people will report experiencing warm or tingling sensations particularly around the heart or the belly. I don't necessarily want to say that that's always the case, because when I'm doing a reading, I will actually get communication on my head. So I don't necessarily, if we're talking about physical body sensations as well as my lower body. So it really depends on what the person needs. Now, I am an energy channel, so I do use my body as a way to be able to communicate, to give the person that I'm doing a reading for, or a client that I'm working with in one of my programs, to be able to give them what they need. So if I'm having a lot of sensation in my lower part of my body, it's probably something about them feeling safe in their body, because the lower part of the body is relating to more of the materialistic world. There's probably some messages there. So that might be different than what you're experiencing, but these are just common areas where people have said that they will experience sensations of in the heart and the belly. Their way of connecting with you is always going to be energetic, because remembering that we are energetic beings and we are never not energy. We're just having a human experience at the moment. And so they're not quite yet, not until they come into the physical body and enter in the portal through the womb space and come into the actual physical womb. And then that's when the physical body starts to take form. But there's a whole lot of stuff going on way before they even start to become a pregnancy in the womb space. So there's a lot that's involved here. So inner knowing is also a very strong way, an unshakable feeling or intuition. Again, this is why it's so important to listen to your intuition, because they are communicating with you through your intuition. They want you to know that they're near. They're encouraging you to keep up the momentum that they are close and signifying their presence. It's a very quiet but certain sense that your spirit baby is with you. They're not going to yell at you, most likely. Spirit never really yells at you. It's a very, very, very calm sort of whisper, as well as your higher self, which is spirit, is going to be a very calm whisper. So we really have to be tuning in, not necessarily with our ears, but with our intuition, with our sense of knowing ourselves, our environment, of knowing and listening with our energy versus the actual ears. Your ears are powerful. I'm clairaudient. Some people are. They actually will hear messages. I do. I wouldn't say that it's my most strongest clair. I'm actually clairvoyant, so clairseeing is my strongest. But there are people that definitely hear messages, like myself. So also you might notice unusual behavior from animals or nature. I cannot tell you how many times throughout the years that I have had a client of mine not even know that they're pregnant, or that it happens within a couple of months when this starts happening, that their dog or their cat or some sort of pet that they have will want to be very close to them, become very needy, want to be around them all the time, maybe might even be laying on their belly. They go into the bathroom, the pet follows you. They're just very, they know that something is shifting and changing. And I truly believe that the babies communicate through the animals because the animals are their sibling. You know, animals that we have, they're part of the family. I know with my dog, he is my son. He's my buddy. And so they are very connected to your human children. And also siblings of actual human babies or children are connected to their siblings in spirit as well. I've had many, many situations where a second or third baby is coming in and the other children know, and they will actually communicate that. And if you are someone that does have more than one child, or maybe a niece or nephew that is very close to you, that they will also be able to let you know. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a sibling, but kids and animals are extremely intuitive. I love being around them because they haven't been tainted by society and really believing in these ridiculous illusions that we're taught. They're just so fun to be around. They just live through the imagination. Animals, I don't even think that they realize that they are even having a physical experience. I think that's why they're so okay with death, because they just don't see it beginning and end. They just here enjoying the ride. I can't tell you how many times I have had birds bring messages. I am such a huge bird person. Animals in general, but birds, I believe, are messengers from spirit. So if you're seeing a lot of birds and they seem to really be attracted to you, that is probably a good indication, if you are someone that's trying to conceive, that they are bringing a message to you that it is close. So these are really nice signs that we can give us momentum. And that really is what spirit is working on, is giving us the momentum to know that something is manifesting for us. Spirit cannot make you do anything. You are here having an experience, and you have the ability to choose what you want to focus on, what you want to believe, what path you want to take. So if we are focusing on that it's not going to happen for us, there's nothing that anyone can do to change that. Only you can change that. So I want you to take a moment to reflect on signs or feelings you may have already experienced. And I got to tell you, you probably are way more connected than you think. So let's get right into it. What is a spirit baby altar? Well, it's a sacred space that's created to connect to and honor your spirit baby soul. Now, I'm going to add, it is also about honoring you and your partner as well. It's a physical representation of your bond and a focal point for communication, reflection, and meditation. So a great place to do your affirmations, your meditation, as well as your journaling. An altar can be as simple or elaborate as you desire. It's really specific to your specific journey, personality, what it is that you really feel called to. I often get the question, just to give you an example, people ask me, in fact, when I was doing an interview recently on someone else's show, that I was asked, how do spirit babies connect with you? What does it look like? Well, being clairvoyant and seeing with my third eye, I get these images of these babies. And they communicate with me through cartoons. And it's really quite comical. They're really cute. And it's because of my personality. I find that other spiritual interactions are similar. That I will get communication through kind of more of a humor sort of avenue. But there are souls that do come through that really don't have a sense of humor. Or maybe their sense of humor is very dry. Or they are very serious. But for the most part, spirit babies are not serious. They are, at least in my experience, they tend to have this very sort of wondrous, playful sort of energy. And that's what I see. So just giving you an example, when I say it's specific to you, your altar is specific to you. You might be someone that really loves hot pink, and you want to put all kinds of fun stuff all over it, or you might be more of a minimalist person, and you just want a few stones, maybe a few crystals and one picture, and your journal in front of it, and that's kind of it. So it really depends on what is specific to you, but I am going to give you some ideas. So common elements that we can often include on our altar is candles, crystals, flowers. I would not recommend fake anything. Fake is generally not good for manifestation. I'm not saying that you can't have artificial flowers and plants in your home. According to feng shui, it's not a good idea, but it really depends on where they are located in your home and the direction. And I'm not going to talk all about feng shui because that's not what we're talking about today. But for a spirit baby altar and manifesting, I would not recommend any sort of fake flowers or fake plants. Please do not use that. It's not good energy for it. Also, you want to use meaningful items. So maybe there's a picture of you and your partner that you want to put on this altar, as well as a picture that maybe you think that your baby will look like. I know that there are renderings now where you can take a picture of you and your partner together and see what your baby will look like. So maybe you have something like that, or maybe you just have a picture of a cute baby that you think that your baby will resemble. That actually happened to a client of mine recently. And the baby looked pretty similar to the picture that she had envisioned. So it is pretty amazing how that can work. Also baby related symbols or keepsakes. You might even have something from when you were a baby or your partner was a baby, or maybe from another child of yours that you want to put on this altar. Many parents also add photos, written letters. We're going to talk about letters in a second. Affirmations to personalize your spirit baby space even further. So creating and spending time at your spirit baby altar can offer comfort, guidance, and an enduring connection to this special relationship that you have with your future child. So how do we set up a spirit baby altar? Well, I kind of just talked about it a little bit, but we're going to go more in depth. This is going to be a step-by-step guidance on creating a beautiful and intentional sacred space for you and your spirit baby. I'm going to add your partner in there too, because we want to include them as well. Not saying that they necessarily need to meditate with you in front of it, although that might be nice if you have a partner that wants to do that. That might be really nice, or getting them involved. So if there's something that they want to put on the altar, that might be really nice too, to get them involved. Our partners really like to feel that they are involved in this. Sometimes they just don't know what to do. So involving them, if you can think of ways to do that, you know your partner, that would be very, very helpful, I'm sure, if they're open to that. So choose a space that is going to be peaceful, meaningful spot in your home. I don't recommend an altar ever to be in the bathroom or on the wall of a bathroom or restroom wall, okay? It's considered unsanitary, and you just really don't want to do that. So I am very into feng shui, and I do incorporate some of this feng shui into my philosophies and suggestions. So I absolutely don't recommend that for an altar. You will want to look at what would be the best corner of your home. So depending on what room you choose in your home, that you do a search and look at feng shui to see what direction will be best for you based on what your goals are, okay? I'm not going to talk about that, but I am going to suggest that you do some research on that. So I mentioned this before, but select meaningful items such as candles, fertility crystals, rose quartz, and moonstone. Oh, those are highly, highly, highly recommended. Rose quartz is the stone. It's known as a mother stone, as well as moonstone. I really like rainbow moonstone. It's so beautiful and iridescent. Rose quartz is perfect for putting in your baby's room because it is a mother stone and really helps to open the heart chakra. I mentioned this before, flowers or plants, but do not use anything artificial. And get yourself a small journal, maybe one that is very intentional for your spiritual journey, and an item that is symbolizing your baby, like a baby figure or a stuffed animal. Also, the picture of your baby or of your visualization of your baby, as well as a photo of you and your partner. And if you are someone that already has children, maybe you put them on the altar as well to welcome this spirit baby in, this new baby into the physical experience of your family, and everyone is there on the altar. And it's really peaceful when you get to do your manifestations and you're looking at all these beautiful pictures of the wonderful family that you have. Even if it is just you and your partner, or you have children, you are expanding your family no matter what. So your altar is a bridge between you and your spirit baby. I want you to think of it as a sanctuary of love, and very powerful word, intention. Everything is about your intention. have the intention that everything is working out for you, even if it's not happening in the time frame that you had hoped. Everyone's fertility journey is always different. Some people, it happens very easily. Others, there's something that is about your baby's journey, about your journey, about you and your partner's journey that is getting that figured out first before you actually have the baby in your physical world or babies. I know that's not always fun to hear, but I help people to understand the deeper parts of what that is and really identifying what it is. You can feel very lost and left out when you feel like you're trying everything. You're following all the diets. You're checking everything off the list. You've had your hormones checked. You've went through IVF cycles. You've done IUI. You're going to weekly acupuncture or twice a week acupuncture. You're getting fertility abdominal massages. You're working with Reiki healers. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. But guess what? Maybe it doesn't have anything to do with that. It could be some emotional subconscious mind block that you have. Or maybe there's something in your relationship that needs to be figured out. And your baby has decided, I'm not going to step into this physical reality with this family until these things are figured out. Again, I don't say these things to create guilt for you or shame. Your journey is an opportunity. It's an opportunity for growth. You know, I heard someone say this recently that went through an several IVF cycle journey, failed IVF journeys. Don't really like that word either because failing, you're not really failing. You're just figuring out what needs to happen for your own journey. You're never failing. You're just being redirected. But listening to this person talk that had went through their own fertility journey, she said, I'm grateful for my fertility journey because it helped me to really understand who I am. It helped me to understand and uncover the amazingness of me. It brought me closer to me. And if we think about it from that perspective, that seems like an incredible gift, doesn't it? I promise you, I cannot guarantee anything because I don't know your situation, but I will say that very few people are not meant to have children. If you want to have kids, it's there. It's just your journey is different than anyone else's and we can't compare. We just have to keep going forward and following the intuition, following the signs, the momentum, and not give up on our dream. And when you hold that baby for the first time, you will feel such an incredible sense of gratitude that you've never felt in your life before. And you probably will be someone that will never take your child for granted because of what you went through. And I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to be in a position that you feel like you've tried everything. And you just keep going and you just know it's right for you and you know it's meant for you. And then when it actually manifests, you know why you went through everything that you went through because you have such a deep appreciation for that situation or that person or the baby or your health, something that you have worked so hard to have into your life. And I don't even know if working hard is really what it's about. Maybe it's more about continuing to keep the faith and believing in yourself and knowing that I have this desire, so I know it's meant for me. It's pretty powerful. So now we're going to talk about ways to connect with your fertile energies, and my most favorite way to connect is writing a letter to your spirit baby. Writing a letter to your spirit baby is a very therapeutic and powerful manifesting practice while trying to conceive and manifest your baby into your physical reality. So these are some ideas for your letter. When writing your letter, connecting with the feeling of your baby already being here in your manifested reality is essential. I can't stress this enough. You hear about so many people talking about manifestation. There's a lot of great people out there that know what they're talking about. There's a lot of people that don't. If you really want to know how to manifest, you have to link the feeling up with the manifestation. The universe responds only to feeling. The universe, are your words powerful? Yes, but your words have feeling attached to them. When something comes in that maybe isn't something that you prefer, when we give feeling to it, we're connecting to it. Your feeling is your power. You have to feel as if it already is here. And I suggest things like going and buying clothes and putting them in the closet. Go buy baby clothes, buy baby blankets, buy toys, buy a crib. And maybe people are going to think that you're delusional and crazy. Who cares? Who cares if they do? This is your journey. Caring what people think, we got to get that right out the window. We should never care what others think of us. Do what you want to do. So like I stated, the universe is only responding to how we feel when manifesting a desire like your baby into your physical world. Please know, not only in your fertility journey, but that is your power. Your imagination is your power. You're not weird for being delusional. People that are not in tapping into their imagination and their abilities to create from their mind, and I say mind, but it's really more from your heart, because your heart and your mind is really how you connect to the universe. People that are not able to do that are weird, which is most of the world, or that are resistant to it. You see people all over the place that look great on paper, but they're incredibly dead on the inside because they don't know how to connect with the infinite possibilities of who they truly are. And key here, imagination. Being able to live in that place of wonder, creativity, and just magic. And that really is what this is about, is connecting with that. Feels a lot different when you are in a place of excitement. I mean excitement of more that you feel in flow with the universe. And we do have our ups and downs, so I'm not going to say that you're not going to have ups and downs because that's normal. But it feels so different. You can easily shift a feeling that you might have just by thinking about something that makes you happy. Your whole body shifts. People see in breath work all the time. They start doing breath work. They may have had shoulder pain and they start doing breath work. And they start visualizing an experience that they do prefer, a feeling that they do prefer, and the pain goes away almost instantly. Our feelings are our power. So I encourage you to write this letter and place it on your spirit baby altar. Fold it up, fold it toward you, because folding something toward you is bringing it to you. If you want to remove something from your life, fold up your letter away from you. And this is also a crucial part. When writing a letter to your baby, remember, it isn't just about speaking to them. It's also about listening to what they need, because they have their own agenda for their own life purpose. We need to remember that we all have an agenda before we come into the physical reality. And then when we're here, we're working that agenda. And there are milestones in that agenda. I'm not going to say that things don't change as we move forward in our journey, but we do have milestones of things. So keep that in mind with your baby. It is not just about what you need and what your partner needs. It's also about what they need before they come into the physical reality. And we don't always know the answers to that. I do in my readings help people to understand some of the answers to that, but even as a spirit baby medium and born intuitive medium, that I am not always able to get the answers, because you're not always supposed to know. So if you do get a reading from someone and they're giving you all these answers for every question that you have, they're probably a fake, because spirit doesn't communicate doesn't give you answers to everything. And the reason for that is because you are supposed to figure things out on your own. You're not always supposed to get guidance or a straightforward answer from a medium. Okay, so just be careful on that. So I want you to trust the signs you receive. I mentioned that earlier, but I can't stress that enough. Your baby's way of lovingly reminding you that they're near. They're going to come through your intuition. They're going to come through your heart, which is your intuition. Remember what I said about the mind and the heart connecting? They're going to come through your ability to receive the messages, which if we have a closed off heart, we can't receive things, or it might be like a bottleneck. And there are a lot of women and men too that have closed off hearts that are experiencing fertility obstacles. This is a very real thing. So just to sum this up, because we are at the end of the episode, I want to let you know, I stated this before, that you are on a divine magical path. And some days it can feel light and easy, and other days it might feel like you're absolutely a total hot mess. It is okay. Listen up, beautiful. It is okay. Let yourself be the hot mess. It's all right. Because you know what? Another day you're going to feel light and easy. You're going to feel great. Life is an up and down. It never really truly gets easy. It's easier. It's just about how you respond to it. That's why it looks easy for some people when they look at people like, oh, they just have it so easy. No, it's that they've learned to respond to it differently. And some people just are born into experiences that are easier because they're kind of like background characters. Probably if you're listening to this podcast, you're not a background character. You're someone that has been through a lot and feels that you have transformed a whole ton and probably are at the moment. But I want you to remember that your spirit baby is right here with you, loving you endlessly. Your altar is a powerful sacred space and symbol with the fertile energy to help manifest your baby into your reality. It holds the sacred bond between the two of you and also builds a stronger bond with your partner. That is a very important part of this as well. And that is something in my programs, that my one-on-one VIP fertility programs, I also work with you on your relationship with your partner and really strengthening that, help you to bring back that spark while you are trying to conceive, because that can take a huge toll on your relationship. And so that is part of my programs. I only open up my programs a few times a year. I keep my group of wonderful clients pretty small on purpose because I really want to give you the dedication that you need. And this work is very detailed and it's very unique to you. And so it's not only about the time that I spend with you and also being able to build a unique fertility roadmap and plan for you, but also the amount of energy that goes in on my end with really being able to help you in your journey. A lot goes into it, and I absolutely love what I do. It's an incredible gift to be able to help so many wonderful people and bring so many babies into this world continuously and for many years. If you are someone that is interested in working with me one-on-one, fill out an application on my website. I will include that in the show notes so you can have the opportunity to take a look at that, see if it's right for you. Once you fill out the application, myself or my staff will reach out to you if you are a fit. In fact, you are going to hear from us no matter what. We're going to let you know if you're a good fit or if we're maybe not accepting people at the time and leave you on the wait list for when we are. If you're still looking for support at that time, if we are aligned. So again, I will include all that in the show notes. So I am looking forward to connecting with you soon. If you are looking for more soul nurturing ways to connect, you can download my free Spirit Baby affirmations, as well as if you would like a personalized private one-on-one Spirit Baby reading with me, you can book that on my website. All the links are going to be found in the show notes for everything that I mentioned today. And I absolutely loved this vibe today, and I'm so glad that you tuned in. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast. We are found on iTunes as well as Spotify. Give us a review and send us your comments. We always love hearing from you. So stay tuned, beautiful mama-to-be, and I will see you in the next episode of Fertile Frequencies Radio. And that's a wrap on this episode of Fertile Frequencies. Remember, your fertility is so much more than just your physical body. It's your energy, mindset, and the whole you. If you're ready to turn those what ifs into, oh my God, it's happening, make sure to hit subscribe and leave us a review, because your vibe deserves to be heard. Until next time, beautiful, keep your frequency high, your heart open, and your spirit ready to receive all the fertile winds coming your way. You've got this, and I've got you. See you next time on Fertile Frequencies Radio.